we should vote for Biden. Let's be very clear about this. The premise is not Biden is a good candidate. The premise is not that Trump is the worst human being to have ever existed. The premise is we should vote for Biden / Biden should win. The difference between Biden and Trump is astronomical. Astronomical. Let's get into it, people. I'm just going to give you a short list. There's no way I could possibly remember all of the ways in which they're better. Let's do the bullet points, okay? Coronavirus. You think 200,000 people would be dead if Hillary Clinton was president? Hillary's a shit candidate because she's a fucking power-hungry asshole, not because Hillary Clinton is incompetent. In fact, she's rather deliberately competent when it comes to matters of political affairs. Climate change. You find me a single climate scientist on the planet who says there's no difference between $2 trillion from Biden and $0 from Trump. You find me one. A single one. You find me one. You won't be able to. Is $2 trillion enough? No, it's not. We should do more, of course. $2 trillion still better than zero. In actuality, Trump is actually negative money because he has appointed climate change denialists to the EPA, cut the EPA's budget massively, destroyed our pandemic response team. What about wildfire management? Something that's been completely dropped on the ball on a federal level. What about the Supreme Court? Trans healthcare. Remember when the Trump administration just randomly fucking took away trans healthcare protections? Remember that? Remember, just randomly, like no reason. How about gay marriage? That's kind of a derivative of the Supreme Court stuff. There are 2 Supreme Court justices who are currently arguing about the constitutionality of gay marriage. What about healthcare in general? Trump still has no plan to replace Obamacare. Healthcare is going to get significantly worse. How about pre-existing conditions? Any of you got pre-existing conditions in chat? These are all ways, by the way, in which Biden would factually, objectively be better than Trump. Oh yeah, by the way, having had coronavirus is a pre-existing condition. Did you guys know that? Were you aware of that? If you've had coronavirus, congratulations. For the rest of your life, you now have a pre-existing condition. And if an administration comes into office that decides pre-existing conditions are no longer being covered by healthcare, whoa, sorry there, buddy. You're fucked. We're not even close to being done. Trans people getting kicked out of the military. Now that trans people are out of the military, this is a huge step backward for trans rights and a way to reinforce the perceived illegitimacy of transgenderism, quote unquote, in the eyes of the general public. If trans people aren't allowed into highly respected civic institutions like the military, it perpetuates their exclusion in other forms. Oh, trans bathroom bills. Remember back in 2017 and 2018 when the Trump administration was making huge waves encouraging like state officials to pass trans exclusionary bathroom bills? Remember? You think they won't double down on that? How about minimum wage? You think Trump's going more likely to up the minimum wage than Biden is? What do you think the likelihood of that is? What about immigration, where Trump has pretty much endorsed a white nationalist immigration policy from day one with varying level of success? What about taxes? What about raising taxes on the wealthy? We can get past the policy stuff, by the way. Oh yeah, you know what? Paris Climate Accord, international relations, which increases our ability to form peace treaties, the Iran deal, Trump's national security compromises. Trump is a national security fucking nightmare. Abortion rights. Oh, hey, remember when the Trump administration asked the Supreme Court if gays should be allowed to adopt? Remember that? Remember you just woke up one morning and it was just like, oh, the Trump administration just was like, yeah, maybe gay people shouldn't be able to adopt. They literally asked the Supreme Court if it was okay. Remember that? You remember? I remember. Weed. Police reform. Biden has adopted a series of initiatives that he would incentivize police departments to take that decrease the amount of violence. Fact-driven, scientifically based police behaviors that decrease the likelihood of them hurting other people. That's important, people. I need to be really, really clear about this. That's important, people. Hey, remember when critical race theory was banned from being taught in federal institutions? Remember the literal fucking book burning? American exceptionalist education. Remember that? Oh yeah, sex education. Let's not forget that. This is half. This is a quarter. This is a tenth of the actual number of things. We don't actually have to finish this list, okay? Now, again, you can say, well, Biden's not going to do all that. No, nobody gets to do everything they want to do, but Biden will do some of these things. If Biden does one of the 50 things we just listed, he will be better than Trump. When one person is pledging to do bad things and one person is pledging to do good things, saying the person who wants to do good things is being insincere and probably won't do them isn't an argument against him being better, because the other person will just do bad things.